Happy New Year. I'm MJ, and this week I'm going to be making Korean vegetarian recipes. I'm going to show you how to make Korean vegetable broth, which you can use for soups or stews, or for vegan kimchi, which I'll be showing you in my next video. So the first ingredient is dried shiitake mushrooms. Now, dried shiitake mushrooms are a lot richer in flavor, so it's going to provide a lot more intense flavor than fresh mushrooms. So another key ingredient in Korean broth is dried kelp or dashima. So you can find these in Asian markets, or you can find it online, and they either come in like small little squares like this, kind of pre-cut already for you, or you can find it in bigger sheets that you can just add to your broth. Now this step is optional, but I'm going to soak the dried kelp and mushrooms in the pot of water just to intensify the flavors a little bit more. So while the kelp and mushrooms are soaking, let's talk about the other ingredients we're going to need. Now you can use 2 or 3 of the regular green onions or scallions called pa, or you can use the large green onions, which you can find in Asian markets called daepa. Now this is Korean radish, and if you can't find them in your stores, you can use daikon radish. Now I also have an onion, just one large onion, and I just cut it into 4 pieces. And then I'm also going to add some cabbage leaves. So not Napa cabbage, but just some regular green cabbage leaves. Add the remaining ingredients to the pot, cover, and bring to a boil. Remove the kelp and continue to boil. Pour the broth through a strainer into a bowl, pressing down the vegetables to squeeze out all the broth. See my website for a delicious stir-fry recipe with the kelp and mushrooms from the broth. So once the broth has cooled, you can store it in jars or containers. It'll last about a week in the fridge or 2 to 3 months in the freezer. So in my next video, I'll show you how to make vegan kimchi using the broth.